Yo, it's your boy AJ. I'm here with Rage. We're about to break down this Kings Nets preview. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. It's Nets Kingdom.
Nets Kingdom.
To the top, I'ma make it. Niggas just can't take it. To the top, I'ma make 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 it. Niggas just can't take it.
Yes, sir. Coming off that bad loss, man. Well, before we get into the Kings, we'll start up with the news that we got. I think it was a couple of hours ago. Shout out to Brian Lewis. The Nets are not going to re-sign Nerlens Noel to another contract. His 10-day contract expired on Wednesday. Any last words you have, Rage, for Nerlens Noel? His short time here, his 10 days is up.
Well, it was unfortunate how everything went. I was kind of hoping he would play a bigger role in what we were doing. Like, it would have been nice to have a defensive presence, a center. Yeah. But he was borderline unplayable when we put him out there. He didn't look great. He did have a little bit of moments, but the bad definitely outweighed the good. Yeah. I mean, there was a lot of defensive possessions where he fouled out his first game. Yeah. It was expected, but he still fouled out. Offense was non-existent. I think he scored maybe like 3 points this whole time with us.
Like 5 of 3 or 5.
And there was a lot of times where his defense didn't look good either. I mean, he was biting on a lot of pump fakes. There was a possession where he missed a layup and then got dunked on the next one.
I think I told you this. I was like, I knew it was clipped when Coach Vaughn. It was one game, I think, the recent game, when he benched him.
He was like, twice.
He got DNP'd. He played during like the first half, and then the second half, they was like, you know what? You're so bad. We're gonna put Dorian Finney-Smith at center instead of you. We're playing Jokic. Claxton's in foul trouble, but nope. We're gonna play Dorian Finney-Smith instead of you. That's how I was like. Oh, it's clipped after that. I was like,
I would be convinced that if we played the Sixers, if we played the Sixers during the time we had Nerlens, he would have. It doesn't matter if we're going up against Joel Embiid. He's not playing.
Yeah, it's bad. Well, yeah. So we're going into the Kings game again. We're coming off this loss, and now the Kings are having a great year. I think they just beat the Bulls tonight. And what are they, the third seed in the West? Mm-hmm. Me and Ray were talking about this. The Kings are kind of like the dark horse of the West because people aren't really talking about. They're so good. You know, we got to respect the third seed, but it's like the Kings have been so bad for years and years and years and years. So it's like people don't talk about the Kings. You know, it's like you don't talk about the Kings at all.
And they're probably the least talked about California team.
Yeah,
easily.
Yeah. Now you think about the Kings, they're number one in offense at 121 points per game. They shoot a ton of threes. 3-pointers attempted per game. They're number 7th in the NBA at 36.5. So they're a 3-point shooting team. You think about the shooters they have. I mean, Kevin Huerter, you know, he had a crazy start to this year. And the shooters they got. And then you got De'Aaron Fox, who's having a great year. Sabonis. What do you think is key for us? I know Vegas, again, it's funny because we did this Nuggets preview and we were like, oh, Vegas got us 8.5 points down and we won. So I wonder what Vegas is going to put us. They might put us like 7.5 points down, but what do you think is key for us to beat the Kings?
First, you got to stop Sabonis. I mean, you saw what Jokic was doing. And second, you can't let them shoot open threes. You saw how OKC was doing us in the second half. It was bad. I mean, we were letting Lou Dort shoot the lights out. Yeah. Just imagine what Harrison Barnes, De'Aaron Fox, you know what Malik Monk is gonna do. Harrison Barnes if he's wide open, like you don't want to leave those guys open. And like you said, they're the first offense in the league, and they take a lot of threes. Yeah. A key point is getting stops against them, and I think if you can do that, you'll be in good hands. And obviously, with the offense, I'm interested to see how Spencer Dinwiddie does play. I mean, obviously, he's been the point guard recently. See how he takes that approach. Yeah. I'm not sure he's probably going to have Fox on him. I'm interested to see like the approach with how our offense is going to be, like how if it usually is just going to be like the regular ISO. We're looking for a bunch of passes, but I hope we can see a good efficient Spencer Dinwiddie game. Obviously we're rooting for him, but we haven't seen a ton of efficient games out of him, and I hope we can get the passing and efficiency aspect from Spencer Dinwiddie because I don't think we've had a game like that before from him.
Yeah, we're gonna have to lock in defensively because I don't think if we try to score with the Kings, I don't think it's gonna work.
You can't go in a scoring battle. We don't have.
You can't go in a scoring battle with the Kings.
If we had KD, Kyrie, yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
but no.
Because you think about they'd start De'Aaron Fox, Kevin Huerter, Harrison Barnes, Keegan Murray, and then Sabonis.
You can't leave Kevin Huerter open either. That's insane.
Kevin Huerter is 42% from three. He's in the 40s.
And then you have Malik Monk off the bench.
Malik Monk, Davion Mitchell.
You remember what Terrence Davis did to us last time we played them?
Oh yeah, Terrence Davis. When Terrence Davis was going, he's a sleeper. I think Trey Lyles is out because he's suspended for that Brooke Lopez fight. I think he's out right now.
He missed today's game.
Oh, he missed today's game?
He missed today's game. And you mentioned De'Aaron Fox. He hit the game winner against the Chicago Bulls tonight.
Oh, wow. So there we go. See, the Kings, you can't mess around with the Kings, man. Defensively, we have to lock in. I mean, you got to limit their three-point attempts. And if with Jacques Vaughn, we've seen Jacques Vaughn, like he has to be able to just come up with a game plan, just like he did in the third quarter versus the Nuggets. He did a great job in that third quarter, going small, doubling Jokic, shading him, limiting his touches. You got to take somebody out the game and take at least one person out offensively out the game, and then you got to limit their three-point attempts. I don't care if we have to hedge up, don't go under at some screens. You got to limit their three-pointers because that's what they do.
I'd rather Sabonis beat us than them hitting threes. I'd rather them go to Sabonis, even though he's a very good player. But the thing is, it's like the Kings will just shoot you lights out if you completely limit Sabonis. I mean, obviously he's arguably their best player, but I don't think you can just be like, okay, we're just gonna target him the whole game and let their shooters beat us because that's not gonna work against the Sacramento Kings.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I feel like Jacques Vaughn got to mix up the defensive coverages. Like sometimes throw a 2-3 zone at them, sometimes don't. Sometimes just mix things up and give them different looks because this is a very, very good offensive team. And if they get hot, it's going to be sayonara for us. Kessler Edwards, we're going to see the return of Kessler Edwards, man. How are you going to – are you going to get, like, sad? Are you happy for Kessler? How do you feel about Kessler? Because Kessler's been doing really good for the Kings.
I want to talk about how we are – like, we're obviously the seed we are. But the thing was he got the Kings traded for him.
Yeah.
They're the third seed in the West, tied for second. I think they're tied for second after that win.
Yeah.
And they're playing Cass. They're playing Cass. They're actually using Cass.
Yeah.
We obviously used him in his rookie year a little bit, but we didn't even use him that much either. And this year we really didn't use him at all. It's interesting to see how the Kings actually are using him. I mean, he's a second year guy, and we really didn't have the confidence in him to play him, even when we were without when we didn't have KD or. Yeah. When we didn't have Mikal, when we didn't have CJ, and we had KD or whatever, we still never went to Kess when we needed some defense or when we needed some 3-point shots. We never did. So it's going to be interesting to see how the Kings use him against us and see if he does have a little revenge game.
Yeah, I think what we did wrong, well, not what we did wrong, but Kessler needed he needs development, good coaching, and a lot of playing time. I think that's what he needed most. And the Kings kind of use him as a primary defender off the bench because we know Kessler has that. We've seen it his first year here. He had games where he was locking up Vucevic and locking up DeRozan. Some of these high-powered all-star wings, he was locking them up as a primary defender.
Yeah, and when we had that Pacers game, he was limiting Halliburton too.
Yeah, Halliburton, like he is a great defender, and the Kings are using him as that, and then also spacing the floor and giving him open looks too, because De'Aaron Fox is just creating so much open look. His pressure on the rim, guys like Harrison Barnes creating, getting to the rim. Kessler's wide open. He's going to hit that corner three if he's wide open. But I think with us, it's just that we didn't really, again, our coaching staff. There's too many situations that are happening. Our team was such in a disarray, so we didn't really have an organized kind of way to develop Kessler. And even though he's gone, I wish him the best, and I'm happy to see that he's developing on the Kings and doing good for Kessler. He's a young guy,
a better team than us too. It's crazy. He's getting I think he's been getting a lot of minutes for them actually. He's not obviously scoring a lot, but that's not his job when you're on the first offense. Yeah. His job is to play defense, and that's a really good way to use him.
Yeah. On our side, though, like I said, we just limit their 3-point attempts. We got to cut down on turnovers. We'll see how the offense is with Spence, and if we can figure it out. I mean, I think last game, Spence just has to do a better job of, first of all, limiting his turnovers, and then we got to have some kind of offensive game plan, offensive schemes, run some type of plays to get CJ open looks. And in the fourth quarter, we got to get Mikal. Got to give Mikal the ball in that fourth to cook too. I know, Spencer, you want to cook, but Mikal got to cook too in that fourth.
Yeah, we just and the thing is, it's like with this team, right? We just like I just want us to take good open shots. It doesn't matter who it is. You just got to get everyone involved. Obviously, you're gonna want Mikal to go up in there, and obviously he's gonna get his. But it's a total team game. You're gonna need everyone to get involved.
Yeah.
And we're not the team anymore that can just rely on one person to win.
Oh no, it's got to be a complete team effort because
it's got to be a team effort. That's exactly what happened against the Nuggets.
Yeah,
and that's what's going to have to continue to happen because we still don't have even with Mikal, we still don't have that guy. We still don't even go to him consistently like he's a star. It's like we are still unaware that he's the best player on the team. But I mean, I guess like if you're trying to get everyone involved, yes, it is a team game, this and that. But it's like, I mean, there's times where it just doesn't even feel like he's out there.
Yeah. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe. Hopefully, we can upset the Kings tomorrow. I mean, we did it versus the Nuggets, so hey, why can't we upset the Kings, man? Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram at NetsKingdom2433. We're just going crazy on TikTok. Make sure you follow us on TikTok, SoundCloud, Nets Kingdom Radio. If you have a SoundCloud, follow that us, and Twitter. All our Twitters are at the bottom. Appreciate you guys, man. Hopefully, let's get this dub, Nets World. We go hard.